Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, February 3rd, 2024 for me. Another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So it's been a while since I've done a video like this. A video that's a little bit more vulnerable than I have been, because mostly for the past year or so I've been talking about my finances a lot, and that's fine, because that's a big part of my focus is paying off this large consumer debt. But this past Wednesday, I went to a company function. This would have been probably, I was counting, since 2012, my 8th or 9th event. I've been to, there was one year I went to multiple events with 2 different offices. And it would have been more if the lockdown didn't happen for those few years. And anyway, this company function is very formal. So you're wearing suits and ties, and women are wearing dresses, and it's a celebration of the accomplishments of people that are out in the field doing the work, and it's great. I've enjoyed every year that I went and participated in and even assisted in, and it's an awards show, awards banquet. This year for me though was very different, and I faced something that I felt in the past, social anxiety, but this time it was extreme. So let me talk about leading up to this thing. So I want to say the day, it really wasn't even the day before, it was the day of, when the event came, that I said, okay, can I even do this? Am I even capable of going out and being in a room full of people? I don't know how many people there were, or that I wasn't thinking ahead of how many people there would have been at this place. I wasn't visualizing anything. I was just kind of going moment to moment, and we had to work. So this was the last day of the month, and so that was my main focus. But then when we start wrapping up things, and I had to get ready, get showered, get changed, put on my suit, tie, and unfortunately I had some scuffed up shoes. I got to get some new dress shoes. I didn't think about it till the day before, and I have big feet, so it's gonna be hard to find some dress shoes that are comfortable for me. But anyway, got ready, put on some cologne, and then looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, I'm going to this thing. I'm about to be in a room full of, people, maybe 100 people, maybe more, I don't know. And I definitely started, feeling extremely anxious. And so took off my coat jacket, put on sort of a heavier coat. It wasn't too bad, the temperature before I left, but I knew it was going to get cold that night, so I just wanted to be prepared for that. It took me about 20 minutes to drive to the event. Then I got into this parking garage where I was totally lost, had different color zones and places to park, and I'm like, okay, I have no idea where I should park. Maybe I'm going to get towed. It doesn't even matter, because I was sort of freaking out. Found a parking spot, and got out of the car, took a picture of where the car was, so I could make sure I know what spot I was in, and in case I would get lost coming back. Put on my suit coat, and just put on my mask, my double mask. I wear N95 and a medical mask on top of that. And then I started walking to where I thought the place would be, and I said, I have no idea where this thing actually is, because there was a couple of different buildings that were connected to it. And I was definitely stressed. Level of stress was very high, so it's kind of hard for me to focus. Anyway, I saw a security guard walking by. I said, "Hey, trying to find this particular place, this art center." And he said, "Well, I'm not exactly sure." I'm like, "Okay, you don't know you're a security guard or whatever." He said, "Well, I just recently moved here." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." I was like, I live away from here, so I'm not really that familiar with this area. But then he decided to I talked to him a little bit, and he's like, "Okay, I think I know where you are." And he said, I'll walk you there. I'm like, "Really?" He's like, yeah, I'll walk you there. So he took me to an elevator, and then had to wand me in. And he had a key card to this particular elevator. I'm like, "Wow, okay, so everybody's going to have to do this?" He's like, No, I'm taking you around a different way. And he took me into like the city hall area. And I'm like, "Wait a second. Oh, what's going on?" And this guy, not sure who he was. I think he was a politician, but very sharp dressed man, had like perfect hair, perfect teeth, and everything. I'm like, "Wow, like who is this guy?" And he used his key card to get me through another series of doors. I'm like, "Okay, I'm obviously in the wrong area." And I just kind of laughed to myself. I was like, "Okay, all right, this is going to be crazy." So I showed up pretty early. There were only a few people there. I'm sorry, they got me to the area that I was supposed to be in. But yeah, I was fairly early. A beautiful like lobby area, had a huge television with with pictures of some of the people that worked from my office displayed on the screen. And there were the managers there walking around doing everything. And I was just kind of, a wallflower. I just, kind of found my spot. I sat down for a little bit, kind of surveyed the room. More people started to come in, and then I started getting more anxious, and I talked to a few of my colleagues, the people I work with in office. Mostly everybody else is out and about, and it was it sort of took me back to a time when I was a musician, and I used my instrument, my trumpet in particular, to sort of hide behind, and that's what it felt like, and the reason I wear my mask still is because I'm immunocompromised. And back in 2019, when I was hospitalized, I had double pneumonia, or aspirational pneumonia in both lungs. And I remember being in a hospital on high oxygen, like the highest concentration of oxygen, and I had a respiratory therapist come in and say, "Well, we might have to put you on a life support." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, thank you. That makes me feel good." And there are still people that are dying from COVID. I just heard a story recently about it. Someone who died from COVID that was immunocompromised. I'm like, okay, that I'm taking all the necessary precautions as I can. I get vaccinated every year. I'm taking my medications daily. Hopefully I won't have that type of experience, but I just don't know. That doesn't scare me as much, but anyway, I'm kind of, going off on a tangent there. But the event went on. Everybody was gathered in the lobby area until the doors actually opened for the banquet. But I actually went into the banquet hall where nobody was, because I felt the most comfortable there. I felt comfortable being isolated. which is horrible. It's not a place that I ever anticipated being. And as a musician, I felt very comfortable with my bandmates, and I felt very comfortable with my colleagues, the team that I work with. But I couldn't be in the same room with that many people without feeling completely overwhelmed by the volume of people. And this is something I have to get over. It's been, it was March of 2020 when we went on lockdown. Basically, I hadn't been around a room full of people like that in quite a while. As a matter of fact, I don't even eat dinner with people, with a room full of people. I haven't been to a restaurant. I probably won't ever go to another restaurant and eat in a restaurant again. And that's fine. It's too expensive anyway. I can't afford to tip like that, and I'm still got $56,000 worth of consumer debt left to pay. Again, a bulk of that is student loans, so it is what it is. And then I got my home to pay off. But in this video, I don't have answers. I don't know what it's going to take for me to get past this, to really have a breakthrough. I just know that it's a horrible feeling, to be that anxious, to borderline have a panic attack. I did step out of the building for a minute to kind of just catch my breath and look around and just gather my thoughts. That seemed to help a little bit. But, when the event started, I was just sort of in this zone. I was very, serious. And, these days I find that I am more serious more often than not. And if you knew me before my sickness and before I had that paradigm shift where my health was decent, because I was feeling sick even maybe a few years before my diagnosis, and I just didn't admit it, didn't say anything. I remember days I had a hard time walking and things like that. But if you knew me before then, I was just a lot more open, humorous, and didn't feel like I was broken. And some days like Wednesday, I felt broken, and then Thursday when I woke up that morning, I was like, it felt like a dream, to be honest. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm sure there are books and resources and things out there that I can read up on and act on, and take steps to act upon to be able to get out of this mindset. And I'll do that. I've taken action on my health, taken action on my spiritual life, taken action on my finances, my work life, education, everything. So that's just the next step. Okay, if you made it this far, I'd be surprised if you did. Feel free to hit like, comment, subscribe. Wait, that's not what I say. Rewind. If you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You know to post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@LupusLifestyle. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you all take care.